Okay, the first review. Nothing I see means anything. Happy? Are you happy that nothing that you see means anything? How does that feel? Does that disturb you at all? The reason this is so is that I see nothing, and nothing has no meaning. Nothing has no meaning. It is necessary that I recognize this, not optional. Necessary. That I may learn to see. Seeing nothing is not seeing. What I think I see now is taking place of vision. I must let it go by realizing it has no meaning so that vision may take its place. Vision is that comes to you from spirit. And spirit is that is outside of time and space. So vision has a value that perceiving does not and can never have. Yes? Because spirit is in touch with reality. Has nothing to do with the filtering of your senses and interpretation of a brain. 2. The second review. I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me. So it has no meaning, but whatever meaning I think it has, I have given it that meaning. Is that right? I can see where this is going. How could you be happy with all that? I have judged everything I look upon, and it is this and only this I see. I only see what I judge. This is not vision. It is merely an illusion of reality, because my judgments have been made quite apart from reality. Because in reality, you don't need to make any judgments. Reality is one thing. What would judge what? Be impossible. It's only in duality that judgments are made possible, and that's why it's an illusion. I am willing to recognize the lack of validity in my judgments because I want to see. That sounds like a declaration. I'm beginning to hear this, and I don't like what I've been seeing and doing, and I'm declaring I intend to change. Right? My judgments have hurt me, and I do not want to see according to them. I'm not a masochist. I'm interested in happiness, and I prefer the eternal one, not the one that comes and goes, depending on circumstances. 3. I do not understand anything I see. How can you understand anything that doesn't have any meaning? If it doesn't have meaning, how can you understand it? So that's a realization, isn't it? I don't understand anything I see. That's something that needs to be realized. Or it's just a concept. How could I understand what I see when I have judged it amiss? I haven't judged it as an illusion. I've judged it to be reality. I judged it amiss. What I see is the projection of my own errors of thought. I do not understand what I see because it is not understandable. There is no sense in trying to understand it. Boy, now that's a great sentence. If you believe that, wouldn't you stop? If you knew it didn't have any meaning, wouldn't you stop trying to understand it? And you'd do something else with your mind. Okay. That's the title of the book, isn't it? There's an alternative. There is no sense in trying to understand it, but there is every reason to let it go and make room for what can be seen and understood and loved. I can exchange what I see now for this merely by being willing to do so. So the only thing asked of you is to be willing. I can exchange what I see now for this merely by being willing to do so. Is not this a better choice than the one I made before? Let's see, what was the choice I made before? To see nothing and give it meaning in order to replace reality. 4. These thoughts do not mean anything. Which thoughts? These thoughts. Are you having thoughts? Those thoughts are the ones that don't have any meaning, because you're not sharing them with your Creator, who gives meaning to everything. The thoughts of which I am aware do not mean anything because I'm trying to think without God. What I call my thoughts are not my real thoughts. My real thoughts are the thoughts I think with God. I'm not aware of them because I have made my thoughts to take their place. I am willing to recognize that my thoughts do not mean anything and to let them go. Does that sound like willingness? I choose to have them be replaced by what they were intended to replace. Does that sound like willingness? My thoughts are meaningless, but all creation lies in the thoughts I think with God. All creation lies in the thoughts I think with God. That sounds big.